Hey everybody, so what we have here is we have a type of door list that is not grouping the pair doors together because they are left hinged and right hinged. So we're going to do a quick little fix to get around this issue. So what I've done is I'm using, as of right now in my database, the reports have been corrected and changed and altered to handle this. So what I'm using is something I've got off of the eSupport website, where this is an older version of the SQL statement that creates that report. So to edit this, what we're going to do, we're going to right click and select all, right click and copy. Then we're going to go to our notepad editor. And I was playing around with it already, so we're going to right click and select paste. Paste, and then we're going to go to language, and I'm going to make sure that my SQL language is selected so that I get this kind of highlighting here, the syntax highlighting. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the select clause, which is right here. And let's see, we go from, let's break this all out. And then you just need group by, which should be blue. There it is. So, alright, now I've kind of broken this up into its respective clauses. Select from and group by. What we're going to do is we're going to find the doors.hinge, alright? And we're going to simply change this to alter what gets displayed. And I'm going to go if doors.type equals capital P in single quotes, comma, I'm going to now make it capital P as well, put another comma after that, and type in doors.hinge. Now once we have this, we just need to tell it to do the same thing in the group by section. Oh, you know what, I left the order by section there. So we'll find here doors.hinge, is right here. You know what? Let's just go ahead and copy. Oh, that's right. We need to give it a name for this. So as hinge. That way the report will find the proper field. So let's highlight this section here because I don't need to really get as hinge or anything. I just need to get the actual criteria we're using. So I will go to edit and copy. I'll find my doors.hinge field in the group by clause. Go edit, paste. All right. So now we'll kind of do a little bit of cleanup, make sure there's a line between everything we've got here. All right. So this looks really well. So we're going to right click and select all, right click and copy. Or again, we could have gone to the edit menu. I'm going to go back to Cabinet Vision. I'm going to right click and paste. When I hit data preview, you'll see if I find the hinge field, well, let's update this actually. So you see, with the new build 157, it won't update until we re-click on the table. You can see, though, automatically that I have fewer records. This is because if I find the hinge value, which is right there, I now have pair and none. So these would obviously be drawer fronts, and I've got pretty much nothing but pair doors and drawer fronts on all of my cabinets. So it's already looking really good. So let's close this and preview this, and there we go. Now you can see I've got 6, and my cabinet quantity field kind of worked out for that well, but you may have to make changes to that to compensate for this as well. Again, this is using a different cabinet quantity field. So let's go back to here. What I'd normally have to do, I'd have to go to Doors, select Cabinet Quantity, right click and select Copy. Go back to our Notepad editor. I'll create a new one, new tab, and I'll paste. And we'd have to find our Group By field. So let's say, you know what, I can go to Language. And this is why I use Notepad++, because it gives me all of these great features. So we're going to go to Group By. Let's break that out. We'll break out having as well. And if you find here doors.hinge, which we don't, which in the case of what I'm doing, I should have if, you know what, let's just, yeah, if doors.type equals P, and doors.hinge. All right, and so now that we have that, we could go to our having clause. We can actually find our hinge information, and we could just kind of drop that off, and that should actually give us a good value. So let's back this off and make this one big line again. I will go to edit and select all, edit and copy, and then we would put it here and right click and paste. We'd hit close and go to view mode, and there we go. We have our, now before it was working because we didn't have any hinge criteria anyways, but now if I go to my plan view, as a matter of fact, you know, let me, yeah, I gotta disconnect from here. Let's go to my plan view. Let's take this and let's split this there. So now if I go to reports, report center, setup, let's see, and view that. So obviously I need to have a I need to alter my cabinet SQL. Go to report properties, doors. You know what? I'm going to record this because this is what I do to figure out how all of this works. I'm not really magical and get all of this to work properly the first time every time. So what we have to do is we have to change our having field because that's what's kind of gumming everything up. So we've got to figure out what. So it's grouping right here properly. It's grouping everything like I'm expecting it to, but it's not filtering it with the having field. So we're going to type in and, open parentheses, go if doors.type, you know, let's start a whole new line because I need to make a more complex kind of and for this. So we go, yeah, if doors.type equals P, then P doors.hinge equals hinge. You know what, that should work. That should work. Let's find out if I got that right. So I copied that and put it in the clipboard. So V, and then we will close this off. Close this off. So I've got that and the big one. Now let's see what happens. Let's see if the magic happens here. So I'm using my keyboard, Control A, Control C. I'll go here to there. Close this. There we go. So you see that now, even though I went and split up the doors, I now have it all correct. So I know it was a little complex, so go ahead and rewatch the video. Let me, when you get a chance, let me go ahead and explain what we did here in this and. What it's doing is we're giving it the criteria to give information. So the hinge, whether it's a pair hinge or whether it's the actual hinge value L, R, N, T, B, whatever. And then we're going to have it look at the hinge field of the SQL table that we generated, which is, let's go here, report properties of this doors table. So that's it's going to look for this field here, hinge, and if the value that we entered in this, if it's a pair door, make it P, otherwise give the door.hinge, it's going to look at this and see whether that value that's given here in this column is the same as the value that's given in the having statement. And if it is, then cool. If not, then go on to something else. All right, so go ahead and watch the video as much as possible and see if you can. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to answer them. All right, thank you very much, and have a good day.